Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan's story has always been one of those romances that seems impossible to completely bury, no matter how many times they fall apart, no matter who else comes between them. There is a lingering sense that the two of them still carry unfinished business. Their love story was built on fire and betrayal, yet it left behind an undeniable bond that years of heartbreak, infidelity, and separations never truly erased. For years fans have asked themselves whether Bill and Katie could ever find their way back to each other. Now, with Luna Nozawa weaving her way into Bill's orbit and quietly influencing the choices he makes, the idea of a reunion no longer feels like a fantasy. Instead, it feels like a very real possibility that Luna could end up being the key that draws Bill and Katie together again. Bill has always been a man driven by power, control, and passion. His relationships were rarely about balance, they were about winning, taking what he wanted, and holding on to it until it slipped through his fingers. Katie, on the other hand, offered him something deeper. She believed in him when few others did. She loved him not for his money or influence but for the man she hoped he could become. That belief made her love both his greatest treasure and his greatest challenge. When he betrayed her with her sister Brooke, it shattered something sacred, leaving scars that time has never fully healed. Katie learned to protect herself after that, moving on with Carter Walton, a man who gave her stability, honesty, and a sense of security that Bill never could. Yet despite her best efforts, Katie's heart still beats differently when Bill is in the room. She may deny it, but the audience can see the flicker of longing every time their eyes meet. Into this complicated history walks Luna, a young woman whose arrival in Los Angeles brought a fresh perspective to an otherwise tangled world. Luna has a gift. She connects with people in a way that cuts past defenses. With Bill, she sees something few others do. She recognizes the vulnerability he hides beneath the bravado, the loneliness masked by arrogance, the yearning for something real that he often buries beneath schemes and power plays. Their bond is not romantic, nor is it paternal in the traditional sense, but it carries a profound weight. Bill listens to Luna in ways he doesn't listen to others, perhaps because she does not come to him with judgment or expectation. Instead, she speaks to him with honesty. And that honesty has begun to chip away at his defenses. Fans can already imagine the way this influence might grow. Luna, without even realizing it, could become the mirror that forces Bill to confront his past. She could be the reason he looks back at his mistakes with Katie and wonders whether it is finally time to change. Not with empty promises or flashy gestures, but with genuine vulnerability. For a man like Bill Spencer, whose pride and ego often sabotage his own happiness, Luna's presence is both disarming and inspiring. She represents a younger generation that values authenticity over power, connection over conquest. If her words begin to echo in Bill's mind, there is every chance he could decide to fight for Katie again, not as the ruthless mogul who takes what he wants, but as the man Katie always hoped he would be. The idea of Bill truly changing is enough to ignite hope in longtime viewers. Soaps thrive on redemption arcs, and Bill's would be one of the most dramatic yet. Imagine him approaching Katie not with manipulative games, but with an open heart. Imagine him admitting his flaws without excuses, acknowledging the pain he caused, and asking for another chance with sincerity instead of bravado. Katie, who has always struggled between her head and her heart, would be faced with a dilemma she thought she had settled long ago. Carter offers her stability, kindness, and a life free of drama, while Bill offers passion, history, and the kind of love that makes her pulse race even when she tries to resist it. The push and pull between these two men could easily become one of the show's most gripping triangles. Katie would find herself questioning whether Carter's safe love could ever compare to the fire she feels for Bill. Carter, of course, would not stand idly by. He would fight for Katie, reminding her of the years of chaos she endured with Bill, warning her that old patterns do not die. This struggle would make for some of the most emotional storytelling The Bold and the Beautiful has delivered in years. Luna, standing on the sidelines, might realize her attempt to help Bill heal is leading directly into a storm she never intended to unleash. And then there is the matter of Brooke, always a factor in any story involving Bill and Katie. Brooke might claim she only wants what's best for her sister, but her own complicated history with Bill could easily muddy the waters. If she senses Bill drifting back toward Katie, will she support them, or will old temptations rise to the surface? Even if Brooke does nothing, Katie's own insecurities about her sister could haunt her, making her wonder if Bill's loyalty can ever truly be trusted. Still, The possibility of Bill and Katie finding their way back is too tantalizing to dismiss. Picture Bill showing up for Katie in ways he never has before, not just with flowers or declarations, but with consistent action. Perhaps he prioritizes family over business, spends time with their son Will, or makes sacrifices to prove his love is no longer selfish. These shifts would not only move Katie but also convince fans that this reunion could stick in ways it never did in the past. Luna could serve as the quiet architect of this transformation, reminding both Bill and Katie that love, at its core, is about forgiveness and growth. But this is a soap, and nothing is ever that simple. If Luna succeeds in bringing Bill and Katie back together, it will not happen without chaos. Carter will not bow out gracefully. Brooke may find herself drawn back into the mess. Luna herself may face complications in her own love life that distract her from her role as peacemaker. And Bill, despite his progress, may still wrestle with the darker impulses that have always threatened to undo him. These obstacles would stretch the reunion across months of storytelling, giving fans plenty of highs and lows to keep them invested. On the other hand, there is also the chance Luna fails. What if her influence isn't enough? What if Bill tries to change but reverts to his old habits? In that scenario, Katie might finally walk away for good, closing the door on Bill and choosing Carter with certainty. Luna would be left grappling with the guilt of stirring up old wounds that could not heal, while Bill could spiral into an even darker version of himself, bitter and alone. That path would be heartbreaking, but it would also pave the way for new storylines filled with unexpected alliances and rivalries. The reason this story matters so deeply to fans is because Bill and Katie's love story feels unfinished. Despite the betrayals, despite the pain, there is still an ember of passion that refuses to die. Viewers want to believe that people can grow, that mistakes can be forgiven, that love can conquer even the harshest storms. Luna, as a fresh set of eyes, embodies that hope. She sees Bill not as the man defined by his sins, but as someone capable of becoming better. Through her, both the characters and the audience are reminded why Bill and Katie mattered so much in the first place, whether Luna ultimately brings them back together or not. Her role in this chapter of their story ensures drama at its finest. If she helps them reunite, it will be a victory for love, redemption, and second chances. If she fails, the fallout will be equally compelling, leading to heartbreak, confrontation, and perhaps shocking twists that no one sees coming. Either way, the journey will be unforgettable, filled with the kind of emotional stakes and raw passion that only the bold and the beautiful can deliver. Bill and Katie's story is far from over. With Luna now woven into their lives, the next chapter promises to be one of the most fascinating yet. Fans may not know the outcome, but they know one thing for certain: the spark between Bill and Katie still burns, and Luna just might be the one to fan it back into flames.